Hey everybody, this is Nate coming to you from Palen Music Center down here in Springfield, Missouri, and today we're looking at a pedal. We're looking at the Universal Audio Golden Reverberator, and I love it. Oh my gosh. First of all, I love reverb. I'm the guy that even when I'm playing through like a dirty amplifier, I've got a little bit of echo going, a little bit of reverb going, just a skosh, just because I like the pleasing aftertaste. I don't like the sensation of a mouthful of sawdust, which is typically what a dry sound feels like to me. And I understand the great reverb debate amongst tone-seeking guitar players, which is pretty near every guitar player that I know. A lot of folks will say that reverb might be a tone suck. And I hear you, and I understand where you're coming from, particularly in a spring reverb, dividing your signal in half while one chases the reverb string and the other goes straight to the output. I get that. Don't totally agree with that. Love you anyway. Let's talk about reverb. Hey! The Golden Reverberator is a digital reverb, so it doesn't suck your tone. And what it does is, it's got a few different settings. Super simple. First of all, the controls. Decay time. If you don't know what that is, that's okay. Decay time is basically how long the tail of the reverb is. And that is basically how long it takes for the signal just to be completely done with itself in terms of the reverb. The second thing right here, this is the pre-delay. Some folks get a little confused on this. What that is like when exactly does the reverb attack? So as you're playing, is it boom instantly or is it a little bit after you play? And that's one of those things that the more you mess with it, sometimes, especially if it's an always-on reverb kind of thing, you want it a little after the fact and a little subdued. How do you subdue it? Well, the mix, okay? Super simple. All the way down is totally bone dry. All the way up is infinite vacuum of space, right? Then on this one, this is really cool. And Nash and I were just talking about this. This is what I was really excited about. You've got a treble and a bass knob, and those aren't necessarily like the traditional EQ thing you might be thinking of. It's actually a shelf. And what that means is, think of, instead of just turning up like the treble frequency, this is a nice slope towards a frequency that you're accentuating, but also all those other frequencies on the treble side and on the bass side, right? It's really, really nice. And the more you play with that, you'll be like, that's really great. I think it's a little bit better than just a tone knob like you find on a lot of reverbs. And then you've got a modulation here, okay? So the setting I was just using was a spring reverb that's made to emulate a 65 deluxe reverb, right? And then I was using it on mode 3, which was ambient. And if you listen close, there's like a little bit of like the shimmer effect, which is an octave up just on the reverb. And I love it, especially on a tune like that Lilac Wine, which Jeff Buckley made famous, Nina Simone wrote, who also made famous, by the way. In that tune, if you listen to the original recording, Jeff Buckley, Grace, quick plug for Jeff Buckley, there is just a haunting, at first pass, you'll think it's like strings or something. The first time I heard it, I thought it was like a mellotron or something, but it's actually just a ton of reverb, right? And here's the thing. Universal Audio, they are known for their recording devices primarily. And particularly the one that they just came out with not too long ago, the aux box. It's like an attenuator, line direct device that does cabinet emulation, and you see them, if you've seen like a little white box that looks like the world's smallest microwave oven sitting on top of an amp, it's probably an aux box, right? And it makes the amplifier able to be cranked up while you can have it at a permissible volume on stage or at nothing and then just running straight to the house, right? Like a line direct out of the aux box. They do an incredible job with that. The reverbs that are in here are just incredible. They're really, you heard it. To me, that sounded amazing. So the first one's a spring reverb. The second mode is the plate reverb from Abbey Road. And I think they've done a record or two worth mentioning, right? And then the third one is the old U2 verb. Lexicon. Yeah, the Lexicon. Thank you, Nash. And that voice from beyond is Nash. Anyway, let's look at a few of these. I really would love to A/B the amplifier spring reverb versus just this spring. So let's start with that now. Here we go. All right, first up, Reverb Shootout. How close did they get it? So I'm in the vibrato channel. I'm going to turn the reverb up to, I don't know, about 3.5 or so. Here's what it sounds like. I'm playing a Duesenberg on the bridge pickup. That's good old spring reverb, folks. You can hear a little bit of that. Now I'm going to turn this verb all the way down. I'm going to turn this on. That's pretty dang close. This is the pedal. Here we go. Verb on 3.5. I don't know what it sounds like coming through your phone, but to me, that is remarkably close. And what's really cool is I can sneak in a little bit of modulation. Did you hear that little? Let me turn it up a little bit more. This is like an octave above just on the reverb. All right, so next up is the plate reverb. It's mode number 2. It's based off the MT140 found at the Abbey Road studio. And here we go. Very subtle. I'm going to crank the mix up just a skosh here so we can hear this. That's nice. Okay, so now we're on the last setting of this pedal, and this is the only digital emulation of a digital reverb. Okay, this is the Lexicon 224, which was made famous by The Edge of U2, and good Lord, 1980 everything, right? Sounds awesome. Here we go. Big hall, super ambient, and guess what? Easy to dial in. That's probably the coolest thing about this pedal, honestly, and all of the UA stuff, is that for a guy like me, I don't like tweaking a bunch of knobs. This has got 6 knobs and 3 switches. I can find something really quickly, preset it, boom, I'm happy, and probably honestly set it and forget it happy. You know what I'm saying? But for those of you who are in the studio, recording at home, or just for the folks that like to just get a really, really particular reverb sound for a particular song, this has got so much deep function and accessibility to all the different parameters for editing. It's insane, and I'm just not even scratching the surface of this. But I love how it straddles that line. It's a brilliant balance of super easy to use as well as just super tweakable. It's an amazing pedal. We've got them at palenmusic.com. You'll find this and a bunch of other cool stuff, or just give us a call at 417-882-7000. You know we'd love to talk with you. We will see you soon. Hey, thanks for watching. If you would hit the subscribe button, we will keep you in the loop with all new content that we upload. Also, if you're not already, please follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We're posting new content all the time, and we want to stay connected with you. Palen Music at palenmusic.com.